So for a while, I was using my Wacom tablet. It didn't have a screen. It was just the normal tablet with the pen. I was using that for a long time to make my artwork. I was doing like my VFX work with it. I was doing my 3D sculpting with it, um, which I had some 3D sculpts that was on one of my other channels, one of my creative channels that I think I have them privated. Um, just because I get so concerned about like I don't know, I was there was some projects that I was working on where I was like, you know what, let me not post this. Let me just keep it private for myself, just for me to look at. So I have a lot of 3D sculpts that are privated, but I do have some photos somewhere. They might be on my drive, my Google Drive, and if I find them, I'll make a video on them showcasing them. But I used my Wacom tablet for a good while, and then I had an iPad that I was doing a lot of my artwork on, which a lot of that artwork is on my old Instagram. I definitely have those, but they're all in my archives, so I would have to pull those out and do like a video on them. But I really this time around, and that was a few years because my iPad ended up getting stolen, and then I took a break from art because I was so devastated. And I was like, you know what, let me just focus on my programming stuff. And I was doing my HTML and CSS stuff, just trying to get better at it. And then after that, I picked it. I picked artwork back up. I started drawing in my sketchbook, which is all those drawings are on my art channel, which you can find in my link tree. All those shorts that you will see on that channel is when I started picking it back up again, and it felt so good because I will never let something like that make me that devastated again and make me put it down again, because once I picked it back up, I was like, man, I can't believe I put this down. All the artwork that I could have made throughout this year, and I felt bad for it, but I learned something, and that was don't let things get to you. Just keep going, keep growing. If something happens, guess what? It happened. Continue going forward. Don't let anything bring you down or make you stop doing what you love doing, because it happens. A lot of people stop doing what they love doing because something happens in their life. But so after I picked it up, I was like, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna let anything stop me. So then I started thinking, you know what? I wanna start doing my digital art again, because I never was a traditional artist. I can do it. I love it, but digital work is so much more easier, and it's a lot more fun for me, and I can be as creative as possible without having to buy all this equipment and stuff, especially when I was limited. I couldn't go out and buy all the it's such an expensive hobby, and sometimes people, we don't have the money to buy all that equipment, so we have to use what we got. So the closest thing to that was just being a digital artist. Like I I had to just use my iPad. Sometimes I would use my phone. But this time around, a lot of things have gotten far better. I'm in such a happy place in my life. I'm married. I'm about to have a kid, and life is so beautiful that, like, I already won. You know, when you get a beautiful wife and you have a kid, it there's nothing more beautiful than that. So anything that comes after all my work, all my career and all that, that's such a huge bonus. So now I can just kick back, work, invest into my stuff, and just chill. And one thing that I want to invest in is getting a tablet again, but this time with a screen, because I had always wanted one growing up. But they're so expensive. You super over $600 to $1,000 depending on what you want. And I already know what I want. You know, I had a lot of people growing up tell me, no, you don't need this. No, you don't need that. No, why do you need that? You know, I get something because I want it, you know, and I know what it's capable of. And if I want that thing, you know, now I'm an adult now, you know, so I'm not just getting this stuff just because it looks fancy. I'm getting it because I know what I want to do with it, you know. Especially when it like comes to cameras and a bunch of other stuff. Like when I upgrade something now, it's because I have a purpose for it. I don't need it, but I want to use it for something specific, and I want to have my setup a certain way. So I want to get one of the screen tablets. And I was looking at some online, but I don't remember what size it was. I don't want to get anything like too huge. I just want something to start off with that's like going towards more the screen tablets. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I probably won't get it for a while. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the screenless pad for a little while. Use that because I could get one for like $30. I think the original one that I got was like $30. So that'll hold me off until now because I want to start doing my digital art again, and I have, you know, my apps on my computer. So I really need to get back to it and start making some videos on my art. But until then, I'm gonna save up and make sure I put some money to the side to get one of my screen tablets because, man, it's been a dream of mine to get one of those. So some advice that I have for people out there: don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything get to you. If something happens in your life, just accept it for what it is, learn from it, express your emotions, think about the way that it makes you feel, but then use it to move forward and do better and make better decisions, and don't stop doing what you love doing, because the moment that you stop and you come back 1, 2, 3 years later, you're gonna realize, oh my gosh, I wasted so much time when I could have been doing what I love. You know, breaks are necessary. You know, it's good to take breaks, but you don't want to go on retirement vacation, you know, like 5 years later, and then you come back and you're like, oh, what did I miss? You know, like, don't. It's good to take a day off, take a couple days, you know, but don't lose track of it. Don't, because I promise you, you're going to regret it, and it's gonna bring you down. Also, at the same time, don't let the things that you love doing turn you into a slave, because I've done that a lot, where I've let things like turn me into a slave. I've slaved over my work and worked countless hours without, you know, doing anything else. Don't do that either. Find a balance, prioritize your time, find ways to get things done. Know when to take a break. If you get that tingle in your body where you're like, something's wrong, that means that you got to stop doing what you're doing. You got to go take a break, go take a breather, take an hour break, go drink some water, get something to eat, hang out with your loved ones for a little bit, go take a walk for like a couple hours, and then come back to it. Do not slave away and work like 16, 20 hours, because I know what that feels like. There was a point where I was living with my grandmother and I didn't have a job, and I was really a lot of the stuff that you'll see on my old YouTube channels, which are also in my link tree, a lot of those videos were during times where I was like testing out things heavily, and I was working on so many different projects. There's so many videos that aren't even on my channel that I worked on, that I was just going and going and going, and I was working like all day from the moment that I woke up to like 3 a.m, and it made me like, yeah, I was working hard and I got a lot of things done, but there's so many things that I could have done different, and I could have taken breaks better. But, you know, I was so depressed during that time and going through a lot of stuff, and I felt like I need to focus on my career. I need to focus on what I love doing. I need to just keep going and going and get out of here. But sometimes that's not, you know, you got to give yourself the proper break that you need, or else you're just going to be like it's so much anxiety is going to fill you. And for those of you that don't know or have really suffered from anxiety, it can really like eat you up without you realizing it. So take your breaks, continue doing what you love doing, and find a balance. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about, this, and it was mostly supposed to be about me upgrading, but I tend to ramble on and talk about a bunch of different things, but I try my best to like relate it to what I'm talking about. So hopefully it wasn't too chaotic, but I'm gonna stay updated, and once I get my tablet, I'm gonna start posting art, so y'all can start seeing my art again. I would post on my art channel, the one that I have, but after making the video after making that video that I made on my channel recently, about prioritizing your time, I realized that I don't want to hop around from channel to channel anymore, and I kind of just want to be me on my main channel and have it be that way, because it's so much to like log out and jump into this other channel and then focus on this and that and then jump into the other channel. I just want to like have one channel where I can just quickly like upload my stuff and do all that, because I do so many things, and with the position that I'm in, I just don't have time to hop around from channel to channel. So I prefer and feel more comfortable to be on my main channel. So like I said, I'll stay updated, and soon I'm going to start uploading some more stuff. So until then, I will see y'all later.